Crisscross applesauce, hands in your lap. One, two, three, all eyes on me. Good morning, friends, and welcome to Circle Time. Let's start off by singing the Days of the Week song. How many of you have uttered those same words or a similar variation as a teacher? In this video, we are going to discuss the ins and outs of your large group time in the form of circle time for children ages 3 through 5. Some may call it circle time, maybe morning meeting, morning gathering. There's so many different names for what you might call it, but we're going to talk about the ways to maximize learning and connection with your class and perhaps shake up your usual routine. It can be so easy to get caught up in the routine and lose sight of the purpose of large group time. You might be like many teachers who go through their large group time with a checklist of songs, going over the calendar, introducing a letter and a number. And while these activities can be fun and engaging, we want to look at how are they intentional with supporting your students' development and learning. So we're going to talk about some of the benefits of circle time and the areas where we can make the most out of this activity and this focused time that we have together with them. The first is that circle time allows you to establish a structure for your day. Young children feel secure and they thrive when there is a consistent routine, and large group time in the morning is a great way to start off your day. The second thing that we'll talk about is that circle time is a great opportunity for connection, and that connection is happening between you and the children and just between the children themselves. Allowing the children to be connected with one another and being connected to children's needs is essential for a successful circle time. And then the third thing that we'll look at is that circle time allows you to engage with children about relevant information. During your circle time, you have a captive audience, but it's important to remember that young children are concrete, active learners. So we want to be intentional about how we talk about their experiences and their expectations. Let's talk about each of these in more detail. Looking at the routine. So circle time is one of the best ways to set the tone for your day. Young children feel safe when they know what to expect, and having a consistent routine each morning helps them settle in and understand how their day will flow. Ecker's 3 reminds us that large groups should be intentional, engaging, and not too long. And having predictable routines built in helps make that possible. Think about simple anchors you can repeat every day, such as a greeting song, a quick review of the visual schedule, or maybe a short movement activity to get their bodies ready to learn. Attention cues like 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me, or ringing a chime that you use all the time for the purpose of gathering attention can help children transition into circle time without power struggles. A predictable order of activities, for example, having a greeting, going over the schedule, having a feelings activity, a quick learning moment, and then a transition song, helps keep the circle time focused and manageable. When they know what comes next, they're much more willing to participate, and you're much more able to keep the group engaged. A clear, predictable rhythm doesn't just make circle time smoother, it helps the rest of your day start off calm, connected, and organized. Next, we'll talk a little bit about connection. Your circle time is an opportunity to check in with your students on their emotions and their big feelings. When a child is experiencing a challenging behavior, the moment that they're at the height of that big feeling isn't the time to teach them how to do deep breathing. Circle time is. Some of the most amazing circle times I have observed involved an activity where teachers spend time asking children how they are feeling by using an emotions chart with pictures. You might get the same answer for everyone in your class, but carving out time to intentionally check in with them instills the belief that their feelings are important, and it helps them build the tools they'll need when they're dysregulated. Speaking of connection, how connected are you to your children's needs? I have seen so many teachers force their circle time to go on and on, despite most children being completely zoned out. And this is often because the teachers feel spurred on by what they thought they should be doing instead of paying attention to what is actually happening around them. When you notice your students losing interest, this is a great opportunity to switch things up and allow them to move on to the next activity. Another way to be connected with what children need is by recognizing their need for movement. One thing that might inhibit their engagement during circle time is the expectation that they should sit completely still and for a super long period of time. Ask yourself, how long is your circle time? At the beginning of the year, you might only be able to keep their attention for a few minutes, and that's totally okay. But as the school year goes on, you more than likely will be able to extend the time from 10 to 20 minutes. Of course, that can vary day by day. Additionally, you can have behavioral expectations while still allowing them the freedom to move. Having spot markers on your carpet indicating where everyone can find a seat can be a big help in giving everyone the space they need to wiggle if they need to. If they choose to leave circle time, let them. And if most of your children need to move, don't be afraid to stop what you're doing and introduce a movement activity instead. A big reminder here is to follow their lead. Next, we'll talk about relevance. Let's talk a bit about the content of your circle time. Most circle times are full of repetitive activities, which can be fun, but how engaging are these moments for their learning and development? You certainly can keep some of these repetitive activities, especially the songs you love to sing and they love to sing with you. But let's talk about some ways to deepen the activities you can offer during your circle time. Think about the purpose of circle time. This is a great way to introduce new ideas, as well as talk about things that are relevant to the children, such as the weather and what events are happening during the day. Connect the weather outside to the clothing choices they made that day. Probe their understanding for why certain clothes align with those choices. So asking them, why did you wear a jacket today? Or why are you wearing shorts today? And ask them if they think that there will be outdoor play or not based on the weather. Preschool children don't quite have a full awareness of time yet, so spending time going over the calendar in depth might not be the best use of your time and could lead to boredom and confusion. Instead, you can keep them updated on what will be happening in the current day with a visual schedule that they can follow. You could also highlight fun days coming up like holidays and birthdays. For an easy way to incorporate math, you can have a countdown to these special and fun days. A great way to incorporate an awareness of others and make math relevant is to take attendance. Chart who is present and who is absent. And afterwards, count up the tallies of the two and write down the numbers that they represent. If you have a child who is absent, perhaps you could ask the class if they would like to make a card or some other art activity for the child. This allows your group to come up with an idea together and hopefully execute it. What is the current theme you're learning about? Perhaps this month you're focused on trees. You can recap what you have gone over and introduce a new component you will spend time with them on throughout the day. Point out the display in the room that is relevant to your theme to remind them of the learning that they have done so far. Many teachers enjoy incorporating a question of the day. It can be relevant to your theme, or it can just be any sort of fun question to engage their thinking and encourage their communication. The question of the day is also a great way to incorporate shared writing. As the children give you the responses, you write them down. This is an amazing way to incorporate print awareness and teaches the concept of letters having meaning. Depending on time, circle time is also a great way to get a read aloud in. You can choose a book that is relevant to the theme, perhaps a holiday that's coming up, or a current situation in the class. For instance, a book on sharing. If you notice that your book time is losing their interest, feel free to use a bookmark and tell the children that one of the coolest parts of reading is that you can always pause and return to the story later. We have a great video you can reference for more information if you scan the QR code. Often free play happens after circle time. If this is the case with your schedule, you can use this time to have your children discuss where they want to go play. Ask them what they are excited to explore and remind them of all of the different areas in the class they can go to. You can also remind them of the rules and expectations for free play, as well as introduce any new materials. There are so many ways your circle time can go, but hopefully from this video, you will think about shifting from only repetitive activities to a mix of repetition and moments that foster connection and a deeper focus on their learning and development. As you think about your own circle time, remember that you don't need to completely overhaul everything all at once. Small intentional shifts can make a big difference in how your children connect, learn, and feel throughout the day. Start with one new routine, one moment of connection, or one way to make your content more meaningful, and build from there. You already have the skills and relationships that make circle time powerful. This is just about using them with purpose. When you follow the children's lead, stay responsive to their needs, and keep things relevant to their world, circle time transforms from a checklist into a meaningful anchor for your day. And the best part, you can start trying these ideas as soon as tomorrow morning. You've got this, and your children will feel the impact right away.